Hello guys, this is Spartan765. Today I'm just doing a video on a problem some Mausers will have. My Mauser had this problem when I got it. This is my Yugo M2447. I just got finished with the process of accurizing. I did a trigger job, floated the barrel in the stock, a bunch of stuff like that. The final thing I did, and this is the disclaimer, is do this at your own risk. It worked for me, but it may not work for others, and if you do it incorrectly, it can damage your firing or destroy your bolt. I don't know about destroy it, but it wouldn't be good for it. One issue is a bent firing pin. This is a common issue with Mausers. If you get a surplus Mauser, a lot of people will see this. You'll see this with your Mausers. This part of the firing pin right here will bend. The reason being is because if you're familiar with taking apart the Mauser bolt, I'm not going to do that in this video. Watch my Mauser bolt disassembly video if you want to know how to do that. When you push down, you have to push down with quite a bit of force to get the bolt body, or the bolt back off the cocking piece, to get the cocking piece off. When you push down, you push down. And this here isn't a very thick piece of metal. So if you're not going down perfectly, if you're going down at an angle like that, you'll bend the firing pin. So you have to go down straight at an angle, or you'll bend the firing pin. A lot of people just go with the solution of spending $50 and buying a brand new firing pin. Well, if you're not good at gunsmithing or you don't know what you're doing, that's the way to go. But if you're good at gunsmithing and you know what you're doing, there's something you can do without spending a cent. Again, this is at your own. Don't do this only at your own risk. If you do this incorrectly, I do not know what the results would be. But one thing. Okay, well, to bend the firing pin, or to get the firing pin bent back. I just took it here. I just took it, put it on the side of the table like this, and hit the hammer here very, very lightly to tap it and bend it back. I got it bent back so it's basically perfectly straight. And then I also polished the tip, or polished the firing pin. So that's all nice and shiny. There was some of this black crap you see on this pin, like right here. Just, I don't know really what it is. It's not rust. Some other type of corrosion. I think when they blued the gun or something, they re-arsenaled the gun. I think the bluing got on there or something, and that's what caused it. But I polished the tip. That's something you can do if you want to. If you want to, I don't. So that's up to you. Again, do that at your own risk, even though that's really not something that's dangerous. If you do it wrong, something might happen. But that's a good way to fix your Mauser firing pin. If it's ever bent and you don't want to spend money on a new one, or you want to keep the rifle authentic. My Mauser here has 100% all original parts. All the serial numbers are original. They're not re-arsenaled. They're not just swapped out and re-stamped. They are original parts when the rifle was made. The firing pin bending back idea is something you got to be very careful about, being this is the firing pin. These are your safety lobes in your firing pin right here. You want to make sure you do not bend those. Well, they're kind of hard to bend. You don't want to alter these safety lobes in any way, because this prevents the rifle from just firing when it's not supposed to. These little safety lobes here, you want to make sure you don't alter those in any way. Be extremely careful when you just very light taps in your firing pin. I checked it about 20 times and just tapped it back a small amount. Now it's perfect. Again, be very careful when you do it. So do it at your own risk. Yep, that's a little tip on there. You got any questions, comments, send me a message. Oh, somebody asked me if they got a Mauser. They had a Mauser bolt that was it had a bunch of black corrosion, not corrosion, but a buildup of black. Like, you know that black crap that builds up a Mauser bolt sometimes? I don't know what the hell it's called. But you want to know how to make his bolt shiny. I had the same problem with mine when I got mine. Honestly, what I did is I just took some 400 grit sandpaper and just very lightly went over the surface and polished it. you doing that, obviously you use sandpaper, you remove material. That's not a, I don't know, people think removing the material is bad. It's, if you do it only once, it doesn't really, if you're just buffing off some black stuff that was on there, that's fine. But when you polish a bolt, you want it not to remove any material, because then your double trigger might not work, because your bolt might push up further in the then your double trigger might not work because your bolt might push up more and it might fire prematurely when you pull the trigger. So use a polishing compound that does not take up or remove any of the bolt metal. Any questions, comments, concerns about your rifle, or got any questions, send me a message, but subscribe out.